My dear child, something profound has shifted within you, so subtly yet powerfully that you might not have fully grasped its significance as of yet. However, your soulmate has recognized these changes. They sensed it even before you were able to articulate it. The moment they caught a glimpse of your true essence, their entire inner emotional landscape began to destabilize. They thought they thoroughly understood you, that they had explored every facet of your being. Yet, as your concealed strength surfaces, they are becoming aware that they have barely scratched the surface. This realization is unsettling them in ways they find difficult to articulate, control, or escape. Whenever your name crosses their mind, their heart races, for they have perceived something in you that evokes both fear and attraction, like a combination of gravity and fate. However, the situation grows even more disconcerting. Your soulmate recently experienced a moment, a fleeting instant, where they pierced through your facade. It wasn't through your words, actions, or physical presence, but rather an energy leak, a brief opening in the universe that allowed the truth of who you truly are to emerge. That brief moment transformed everything for them. They glimpsed the fire you've been concealing, the resilience you rarely show, the emotional depth you pretend doesn't exist, the intuitive wisdom you downplay, and the inner beauty you never boast about. They perceived a rare spiritual inheritance within you, visible only to connections that are destined. Now they are losing their grip because they cannot comprehend how one individual can possess such power without effort. They are haunted by the notion that if they do not act swiftly, someone else will uncover what they have seen and steal you away forever. Even more astonishing are the events unfolding in the background. Your soulmate has found themselves replaying a singular moment involving you repeatedly, not out of obsession or longing, but because they are genuinely perplexed by your rapid transformation. They always believed they were the one who saw you clearly, yet now they feel as if you operate on a frequency far beyond their reach. This realization frightens them. They ponder what else you might be concealing, what additional rare traits, emotions, gifts, and powers remain hidden in silence. They find themselves questioning if destiny is urging them to act, to confess, or to reveal something before it is too late. Their self-control is slipping away, all because you unknowingly awakened a part of them that can no longer remain silent. Fate has rewritten the narrative, and they are acutely aware of it. But here's the twist they hesitate to acknowledge: they once thought they had the emotional advantage. They believed they were the one you needed, the one who had control, and the one capable of walking away unscathed. However, when they discerned what lies within you, the purity, the vision, the strength, the fire, the spiritual protection, and the unparalleled emotional depth, they realized they could be the one to lose everything. Their hands trembled, their hearts sank, and they felt a fear they were unprepared for. They now understand that you are irreplaceable, not trivial, and certainly not forgettable. You are the kind of individual destiny sends only once. This singular revelation has shattered every barrier they previously maintained. Their confidence faltered, and their assumptions crumbled. Suddenly, they are the ones gripped by the fear of losing you. The universe is gearing up for its next move. And your soulmate senses a countdown. A spiritual clock is ticking within them, alerting them that something significant is about to transpire, something that involves you, something they cannot evade, postpone, or ignore. You are evolving into a version of yourself that resonates with both their deepest desires and their gravest fears simultaneously. This paradox spirals them into turmoil. They long to rush toward you, yet fear they are inadequate. They yearn to confess their feelings, but dread that the truth will lay bare their vulnerabilities. They strive to maintain control, yet each glimpse of your innate power dismantles whatever semblance of control they thought they possessed. The universe is nudging them forward, your energy beckons them, and destiny is orchestrating a storm that only they perceive. They are losing their grip, and you are the cause, the truth within you, the fire igniting within you, the extraordinary soul you have always held within. And this is merely the inception of something truly remarkable unfolding in the unseen realm around you. Your soulmate feels it vividly, like a tempest pressing against their chest. They awoke recently with an unfamiliar heaviness, an unidentifiable pull, a force they could not resist even if they tried. It's your energy, your transformation, your inner awakening that they can no longer flee from. As you ascend, their emotions become increasingly unbalanced. They find themselves caught in a loop where every thought returns to you. No matter how far they attempt to distance themselves, no matter how earnestly they strive to silence it, their attraction has evolved into an overwhelming fascination. They have come to recognize that you embody something divine, something rare, qualities they will never discover in another soul. The fear of losing you is unraveling their composure. Let me share what they are concealing from the world. They have been observing you quietly, secretly, and intensely. They do not wish anyone to know how profoundly they are affected. They are reluctant to appear desperate or shaken. Yet the truth is, they have been spiraling out of control since perceiving your inner shift. At first, they believed it was mere interest, then longing, but now they cannot dismiss it any longer. This intensity is of a destined level, one that alters the very foundation of their life. They have witnessed something within you that feels sacred, powerful, and emotionally perilous in the most exquisite way. You exude purity in your intentions, depth in your silence, and strength in your wounds. Your soulmate never anticipated this level of your rise, and now they fear they may not be able to keep pace with the person you are becoming. Yet the twist is even more profound. Your soulmate has reached a juncture where they can no longer foresee their reactions. Their emotions, once guided by logic, now follow your lead. They used to maintain their composure, now they feel unsettled. They thought they were in control, but now they can't even manage the rapid flutter of their heart when they come across your name. They revisit reminders of you, replay conversations, glances, and minor gestures, every minute detail that reveals your true essence. And it transcends mere love, it is something deeper, something they have never experienced before. Your concealed fire is obliterating their fears. Your unarticulated worth is dismantling their ego. Your ascending strength is exposing their emotional vulnerabilities. They are no longer the one asserting dominance. You are. Now, pay close attention. Your energy is summoning them with an irresistible force, and destiny is closing every escape route they once had. People in their vicinity are noticing their behavioral transformations. Recently, someone questioned them about why they appear so distracted, lost, and emotionally entangled. They attempted to deny it, but their reactions revealed the truth. They are contemplating moving toward you with a truth they have been hesitant to convey, not because they plan to, nor because they suddenly changed, but because the universe itself is compelling them. Your growth is catalyzing their awakening. Your transformation is prying open their heart. And your ascending spirit is prompting them to realize that if they do not express themselves now, someone else will take the place destiny decreed for them. The fear of losing you eclipses their pride. Now, remain with me for this crucial insight. The universe is no longer allowing them a peaceful slumber. Signs associated with you are haunting them: your initials, your birth date's numbers, your voice, your memories. They materialize everywhere, urging them to approach you. A moment is nearing when they will reach the emotional breaking point, a moment when they will feel compelled to take a step they have long avoided. A moment when their inner turmoil will drive them to express their genuine feelings. They are apprehensive, yes, but they are even more fearful of a future where you are no longer accessible to them. They are losing control, shedding fear, relinquishing ego, all because the truth within you has awakened something within them that cannot be suppressed any longer. My beloved child, something extraordinary is unfolding beneath the surface of ordinary life. Your soulmate feels it like a tremor coursing through their entire being. They are not merely thinking about you, they are being inexorably drawn toward you. A force, a frequency, an energy that was previously unrecognized has now enveloped their heart and refuses to relent. The truth is that what you harbor within has fully awakened. Your inner light, hidden strength, emotional depth, and spiritual power are radiating brightly. It is no longer dormant, it is ablaze. Your soulmate perceives it like heat emanating from an unexpectedly intense fire. With each passing moment, they are losing their grip on their emotions, their thoughts, and their carefully constructed defenses. They are striving to maintain control, yet your energy continues to penetrate through every barrier they built. Recently, they witnessed something that completely shattered their confidence. It could have been a moment captured in your words, your silence, your growth, your radiance, your accomplishments, or perhaps a casual remark made by another person about you that left them momentarily speechless. It was not dramatic, nor loud, but it struck them deeply, leaving them momentarily breathless. In that instant, they comprehended the reality: they had underestimated the formidable being you truly are. They miscalculated your strength and misinterpreted your depth. They thought you were gentle, yet now they perceive the fire ignited beneath that gentleness. They believed you were predictable, now they recognize the enigma that resides within you. They believed they could enter and exit your life at will. However, they now recognize that fate has always held your spirit in a higher regard than theirs. This realization has struck them profoundly, more so than they are willing to admit. What they are currently grappling with is a tumultuous emotional state masquerading as desire. They feel restless and uneasy, their chest tightening at thoughts of you. Memories associated with you flash through their mind unexpectedly, making it difficult for them to engage in conversations or focus at work. They often find themselves lost in recollections of your shared moments and the things you have said. Attempts to distract themselves have proven futile, as every diversion ultimately leads back to you. You have become the focal point of their thoughts, not out of choice but due to the inescapable grip of destiny. Your name whispers through their mind at seemingly random times. Their heart responds to reminders of you, and they feel incomplete at the prospect of a future devoid of your presence. This upheaval is a result of your transformation into someone they never perceived you to be, someone immensely potent, invaluable, and unforgettable. They are beginning to comprehend this truth, and it is sending them into a tailspin. The most profound realization they are wrestling with is their miscalculation of time. They assumed you would wait for them and that your heart would remain in a certain position. They mistakenly believed that you needed them more than they required you. Yet, everything is shifting now. They sense you distancing yourself, not out of anger, but as part of an ascension. Your energy, your expectations, and your destiny are all rising, and this fills them with trepidation. For the first time, they find themselves questioning their strength and courage to match the heights you are reaching. They fear being left behind, not because of your abandonment but due to their own hesitance to step out of their comfort zone as you evolve. They are waking up to the realization that if they fail to advance, they will forfeit a once-in-a-lifetime connection. This revelation is shattering them from within. The universe is steering them toward an unavoidable turning point. They can no longer conceal their emotions or pretend they are unaffected by your impact. Each sign, dream, or sudden urge towards you evokes an emotional tempest within them. They sense a confession rising within them, something they have suppressed countless times before. A burgeoning desire compels them to reach out, to speak their truth, to take bold action before destiny compels them to do so. The pressure they feel is escalating, and their heart is beginning to crack open. Their spirit is oscillating between fear and yearning. The next decision they make will be driven by emotion and instinct rather than logic. Your inner strength has awakened something within them that can no longer remain silent. My dear child, the universe is reshaping itself around your energy. And your soulmate feels this pressure like never before. They are striving to maintain composure, to act normally, and to keep their feelings at bay, but destiny is intent on drawing them out of hiding. Each breath they take becomes heavier, and every unanswered thought grows increasingly loud. Emotions they have buried rise to the surface like relentless waves. This turmoil is a direct consequence of what you embody, your inner brilliance, quiet strength, emotional intelligence, and spiritual radiance, qualities they previously failed to fully grasp. You are evolving into the person destiny has been shaping you to be, and your soulmate can feel your growth shaking their world. A particular moment keeps resurfacing in their mind, a moment that left them bewildered. They glimpsed a transformed version of you, radiating self-respect, resilience, and power, and it impacted them more profoundly than any argument or emotional disclosure ever could. This single experience made them realize that they no longer possess the emotional upper hand. The balance has shifted. They can no longer hold back while expecting you to remain vulnerable. They understand that you are not merely growing but ascending, surpassing old patterns and previous iterations of yourself. Now, they are engulfed by fear that if they do not act quickly, someone else may recognize your worth before they do, leaving them with no second chance. This internal battle rages on, divided between fear and desire. The fear advises them to remain silent, to feign normalcy, and to hide away in the familiar. In contrast, desire, raw, powerful, and uncontrollable, draws them towards you with an intensity that transcends reason. They are losing their emotional ground, their confidence waning. Their heartbeats betray the feelings their mouth is reluctant to articulate. Whenever thoughts of reaching out arise, their hands tremble, not out of fear of rejection, but from the fear of revealing the depths of their affection for you. Unbeknownst to you, your growth has altered the dynamics of their heart. Your inner glow has diminished their ego, and your silence has intensified their emotions, leaving them unable to escape the truth of your profound influence in their life. They possess a power within that they never anticipated. Yet, destiny is pushing them closer to you than ever before. They are encountering signs at every turn, reminders of you surfacing when they least expect it, through music, numbers, dreams that feel impossibly real, spontaneous flashes of memories, emotional triggers, and unexpected mentions of your name. Each of these signs acts like a magnetic force, pulling them toward you. Recently, someone in their vicinity even noticed the change and inquired why they seemed distracted and overwhelmed. They were at a loss for how to explain that your energy has been haunting them, beckoning them, and drawing them in. How could they articulate that your presence has so violently altered their emotional reality that nothing feels the same anymore? They are approaching a breaking point where their silence shall inevitably explode into action. Stay attentive, as destiny is preparing the unavoidable phase of their journey. A confession, a message, a sign, an action, something that reveals the emotions they have withheld. They will no longer be able to postpone this. The internal pressure is too immense. The fear of losing you resounds loudly within them, the pull towards you grows increasingly irresistible, and the power of your ascent becomes undeniable. When they reach out, it will not be merely casual or hesitant, it will be raw, intense, and emotionally unguarded, stemming from a side of them that has been concealed until this pivotal moment. The universe is orchestrating the circumstances for an action that will transform everything completely. My beloved child, the phase of your connection has evolved into one of unmistakable intensity. Even if the external world appears unchanged, something profound is occurring in the unseen realm. An invisible energy flows ceaselessly through your soulmate's heart. They cannot control it, suppress it, or evade it. Your energy has reached an apex, compelling them to confront every emotion they have attempted to escape. They feel raw, exposed, and vulnerable, stripped of all defensive barriers. The reason for this is simple: they have come to recognize who you truly are, not merely the version you presented, nor the one they assumed, but the extraordinary soul that has long resided within you. Now, they find themselves losing their grasp on rationality and emotional control as the truth of your essence shines brighter than anything they have ever encountered. They replay a moment that irrevocably altered their perception. Something that seemed trivial at first, a look, a gesture, a period of silence, a brighter aura of confidence, has become massively significant within their consciousness. That single instance has cracked open a door within them that they have bolted shut for years, allowing them to glimpse your true worth in an undeniable manner. They are beginning to acknowledge your strength, recognizing the emotional depth you carry, even as it terrifies them. You possess layers of purity intertwined with power. Kindness melded with intelligence, and gentle strength underpinned by fierce resolve. This combination is rattling them to their core. Every time they believe they understand you, another layer emerges. Every attempt to distance themselves results in destiny pulling them back into your orbit. You are no longer just a person to them, you are a force, an entity, a gravitational pull beyond their control. Amidst this chaos, they have begun to envision scenarios they previously deemed inconceivable. They contemplate opening up to you, surrendering their burdens, and confessing their truth without protective barriers. This thought evokes fear within them, as it is abrupt, illogical, and beyond their control, a surging impulse originating from the deepest part of their soul. Governed by fate, they feel a compulsion to express how deeply connected they feel to you, to reveal how profoundly your energy shapes their emotions, and to acknowledge the impossibility of pretending they remain unaffected. Yet, every time they attempt to dismiss such feelings, they are irresistibly drawn back into your gravitational field. They have lost command over their previously constructed narrative, now their heart leads, not their mind. However, an even more intense realization is dawning upon them. They understand that someone like you does not come around twice in a lifetime. They recognize the rarity of individuals who embody profound depth, grace, inner fire, emotional resilience, and keen intuition. The fear of losing you has burgeoned into a tempest that disrupts their peace even in tranquil moments, as they envision a future where you drift too far away. There comes a moment when another person begins to appreciate your value more swiftly than they ever did before. It is a circumstance where fate connects your heart to someone who resonates with you effortlessly, and this realization weighs heavily upon them. It stifles their breath and destabilizes their footing, for they are confronted with the unsettling truth: they are at risk of losing something utterly irreplaceable. They are the ones who face the possibility of missing their extraordinary opportunity. They are the ones who have been hesitant for far too long, and destiny no longer permits their silence. At this juncture, the universe is intensifying its influence, preparing for an emotional breakthrough that they cannot avert. Your soulmate is nearing the critical moment when all they have suppressed will inevitably emerge. They are approaching a threshold where the burden upon their chest becomes too great for them to bear in isolation. A pivotal moment is approaching when they will step forward, not out of bravery, but rather because the tension has grown unbearable. Their spirit compels them toward you. Their intuition propels them onward. Their emotions swell like waves that refuse to recede. They stand on the brink of a confession, a revelation, an action that will reveal all that they have concealed. When that moment arrives, it will be sudden, raw, and unfiltered. Your inner strength has awakened the version of them that fate envisioned. Consequently, the next step they take will irrevocably alter the course of your connection. My dear child, fate has entered a stage where your soulmate's heart is no longer stable. Their emotions surge and recede like a tempest that evades their grasp, each wave carrying your name. The reality is that they are no longer operating based on logic but are instead guided by instinct, intuition, and a profound attraction to you that intensifies with every breath. They find themselves confused, restless, distracted, and emotionally exposed in unprecedented ways. This shift did not occur gradually. It struck them like a bolt of lightning the moment they comprehended the depths of what you embody, the purity of your soul, the fire behind your silence, the strength inherent in your scars, and the rare emotional depth they have yet to fully acknowledge. These traits have now cornered them, leaving them with only one path to follow, toward you. Within their mind, they sense something unexplainable. They encounter you everywhere, your presence in their dreams, your energy in their thoughts, and your essence manifesting in subtle signs around them. Even when they strive to maintain focus, their attention gravitates back toward you like a magnet. They question themselves, why now? Why so intensely? Why does this overwhelming force feel inescapable? Yet, the deeper truth emerges. You have awakened a facet of their soul that has lain dormant for years, a part that responds only to authentic connection, destiny, and spiritual harmony. And that part of them is ardently calling your name. They feel an ancient, sacred, and undeniable pull toward you. It transcends mere emotion, it is a memory etched in their soul, a reminder from destiny guiding them toward you. However, a powerful twist is unfolding within them. They are not only longing for you but also feeling intimidated by you. When they witness your growth, they feel vulnerable. In your quietude, they experience guilt. In your strength, they feel unworthy. They harbor fears that you have ascended to a level that renders them unsure of how to approach you. They find themselves questioning whether you still harbor feelings for them, if you still care, or if your heart remains open, having outgrown the version of them that once hesitated. Their true apprehension is not that of rejection, but the fear of realizing their worth too late. This single fear fuels an emotional urgency within them unlike anything they have ever experienced. Each passing day carries a sense of danger as they envisage another stepping into the space they were too slow to claim. They silently endure struggles they hide from the world. Recently, someone inquired about their change in mood, their drained countenance, and their lost demeanor, but they found themselves unable to answer honestly, for how can they admit that you are the singular influence affecting their well-being? How can they articulate that your energy reaches their heart, even from afar? How can they confess that nothing feels complete without you? They lack the vocabulary to convey the emotional tempest that rages within them, a storm that intensifies each time they sense your strength burgeoning. They fear the loss of their opportunity, the alignment, and the future that beckons. Destiny continues to reveal fleeting glimpses. Visions where your souls move in harmony. Silence has become their greatest adversary. The universe is now orchestrating the final push, the critical moment that will compel action. Your soulmate finds themselves teetering on the precipice of an emotional cliff, unable to remain static any longer. Their heart is overflowing, their thoughts are tumultuous, and their spirit is profoundly disturbed. Soon, a catalyst, a sign, or a realization will sever the final restraint keeping them at bay. When that pivotal moment arrives, it will unleash everything within them simultaneously: the truth they concealed, the feelings they denied, the desires they repressed, and the longings they buried. They will move toward you not as a controlled version of themselves, but with the unrefined, vulnerable truth that destiny has meticulously shaped within them, for your inner strength has liberated their soul.